Hello. Today we will be talking about the cell cycle and the cell cycle and division. So like everything about that. So right now we're talking about the cell cycle. In the cell cycle there is a process called mitosis. And in mitosis it is called kerokinesis, which is really just like the the more elaborate explanation for it. But, for example, there is actually three stages. There is the G1 stage, the S phase, the G2 phase, and then there's one more, the M phase. And the G1, S, and G2, they're all a part of interphase. Interphase is usually when they stay normal. Nothing is going on, everything is relaxing, and everything like that. However, in S and G2, which are part of interphase, that's when they start preparing themselves for mitosis. And then M phase is when mitosis actually begins. Because most cells don't even go through mitosis because they stay like that forever. But the ones that do go through the M phase. And the M phase is kerokinesis, and it is prophase, prometaphase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. All of these phases will make up to the point where they will split off into one cell, go into two, and that's it. Takes around like half an hour. And that's really just the mitosis. And then there's also meiosis. Let me see if that make sure. Yeah. No, meiosis. And meiosis, in short, it's basically the creation of sperm and egg for reproduction. That's all it is. It's still kind of the same, obviously, as what's it called? As meiotic division, which is mitosis, except that this one is getting only certain chromosomes. So, for example, in homologous chromosomal separation, it is a separation of two sister chromatids. So let's say it's one cell right here. It'll separate into two cells with cut up the DNA. So this one had the X chromosome right here at 2, cut into one like that to make it two sister molecules. And in these, because like this right here, let's say, and your dad, same thing. He had to cut it up. It has 2, and now there's 4 difference. So these can interact with each other, and guess what they make? An X, which is a full chromatin, which is why meiosis is so important, because meiotic is just self, like making more muscle cells, but meiosis is making more like sperm cells so that they can produce, because you can't do two whole cells and combine them to try to make a baby. It's impossible. It's two completely different people. But if you get half of the mom, half of the dad, their DNA, the XY, the XX, whatever, it'll make the chromosome that can start the whole process. And then, of course, sometimes mutation can happen. Of course they can. But this is just stuff that help it prevent it, so that this doesn't happen, because so it wants to make sure that everything goes smoothly in mitosis. So, for example, in metaphase, it's nothing can continue from metaphase until they go into anaphase. So metaphase is the part when the chromatin align at the center. So they gotta wait for anaphase, which is, metaphase is when they're on the center like this, metaphase. And they cannot move at all until every single chromosome is in line. Because if one of them is out of line and they start going to anaphase, which anaphase is a separation of metaphase, basically, in short, we will have there will be a problem with that cell, and it will cause cell death when it was easily preventable. So metaphase must be fully complete before anaphase. And anaphase is also a checkpoint, because every single chromosome must be linked to another one like this, because Right now they're in a line in metaphase, and at every single chromosome must be lined up like this to make an exact copy, so that when anaphase occurs, they cut up and go down, and then slowly, oh, look at that, and there's 2 cells. And yep,